Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another broadcasting of Let's Talk About It, when we talk about our journey to better mental health. And today we're going to be kicking off, I guess you can call it a season of segments dealing with children, dealing with childhood diseases. I am your host, Artis-Armstrong. And so I just want to welcome you and thank you for joining us on today to Let's Talk About It, our journey to better mental health. In our segment on children, the first topic that we wanted to address is fetal alcohol syndrome. Fetal alcohol syndrome. And by definition, it is a condition that results in the child's mental and physical defects due to the mother's alcohol consumption during pregnancy. Okay, I want to read that again because it's important that you understand what fetal alcohol syndrome is. It is a condition that results in the child's mental and physical defects due to the mother's alcohol consumption during pregnancy. It's very important that I also mention that this disorder, this disease that affects children, it affects them at about 200,000 per cases a year. And that is supposed to be a low number because this really is a rare disease that affects children. However, it is the single most preventable childhood disease that there is. What does that mean? It means that you have the power as that mother carrying that unborn child to prevent this from ever happening to your child. Simply don't drink during pregnancy. I know there's some people out there, mothers that are alcoholics that are struggling, but you can go see your doctor and talk about it with them, and they can give you strategies and other things. They have preventative things, measures that you can go through and go to that will help you to have that, I guess, that satisfaction of the alcohol taste without actually drinking and consuming the alcohol. They have other strategies out there, things that can be done. Ultimately, don't do it. Don't drink while you're pregnant. It can cause things in your child like heart and kidney problems. They could be born with deformities, deformed limbs, deformed different body parts that are not fully developed. They could be born below birth weight, below birth height. They could be born with things like a developmental delay. Around about the age of 2, you'll start to notice that they are not progressing like a child their same age may be progressing with language, with things like motor skills, being able to focus, being able to do some of the similar things, even in play, like a child their same age. And one of the things that is the worst, I believe, in my own opinion, dealing with children who are a victim of this type of disease is the fact that there is no cure. There is no cure to fetal alcohol syndrome. There are different strategies that can be offered. There are different things that can be done to help the child to develop a little bit better as they grow. But when they come into adulthood, they'll still be faced with all these challenges. The lack of ability to focus in life, the lack of ability to deal with certain things in life because of this. And a lot of these children that have this disorder, they have a distinctive look, like a really small head, being really small in stature, their height not being fully developed. Even what I'm saying is they become adults. I know personally, maybe about half a dozen adults that were victims, I call it, because as I stated, it's the single most preventable childhood disease that there is. The mother has that power to just say no and not, expose their child to this disease, this disorder that there is no cure to. There's some adults now who are finding out the basis to what they're going through developmentally and just some challenges they're having mentally. They could trace it back to a mother that was drinking alcohol while they carried them. The lack of focus now, how they just seem like I walk around with a brain fog all the time. Even some of the other mental health diseases that adults are dealing with now can be traced back to the mom and her decision to drink while they were in the womb. There's a long list of things that can happen to that child while they're in their womb if you're drinking. One of them is just permanent brain damage. When I was younger, there was a terminology, people talked about children being retarded. Well, that's not, appropriate to say now. But mentally challenged people are directly, and I will say directly, linked to mothers that were drinking alcohol while that child was in the room. And it's a whole nother thing if we're talking about mothers that are doing drugs, even harder drugs, while that child's in the womb. But today we just want to talk about that alcohol. It's not a good thing. And I understand, you can say, well, I'm just a sociable drinker. Well, if you want your child to be successful in life, you want your child to have the best opportunity in life, just say no. 200,000 cases in America per year. And this is what they call rare. This is what they call it hardly ever happens. But it could happen to you. It could happen to your child. It could be where you wind up with a child that has special needs, all because you decided to take that drink. And so today I'm appealing to mothers. I am appealing to every mother that will see this video. Don't do it. And if you know of a woman that's pregnant and she's drinking alcohol, encourage her to stop. Encourage her to stop and let her know that there is a better way. These children that have fetal alcohol syndrome, they become adults who are having to have psychotropic drugs to help them to be able to just have a normal life, to have a normal thought process. Because as I stated, there's no cure. And this thing will follow your child into adulthood. It could be as devastating as your child has permanent brain damage where they are unable to just function on their own with activities of daily living. Okay? And so just say no. Just say no. It's the best plan of action. 100% preventable if the mother decides not to take that drink. So we can go a little bit deeper, a little bit further in this discussion, this topic, because it can get deep. But I think that's about what we wanted to share today. If you want to find out more information about it, look it up, Google it, do your due diligence and see what you can find concerning it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I never did become one of those parents to drink alcohol while I was pregnant, but I absolutely am far from perfect and probably had, engaged in some risky behaviors while I was pregnant with my 3 children. But I'm grateful that this didn't become my story, okay? And I don't judge any woman out there. If you are that woman that's dealing with alcohol abuse, that woman that finds yourself, an alcoholic, seek help. You know that you're carrying that child, seek help. Go talk to your doctor first of all. and they will give you direction on where to go from there. Okay. And so Jesus is my saving grace. He truly is. And I'm grateful for him. There's a scripture. I didn't script out, look up one specifically for today. But this is a scripture that says, "Suffer the little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for such are the kingdom of heaven." That scripture is Jesus speaking, saying, allow the kids to come to me and know that they have a future, that I have a purpose for their life, that I have plans for them. And so his plan is for our kids to live the best of life and grow up to be adults, as you and I are, and live the best of life. Okay, we can set them up for that success and not failure. Ultimately, if you're drinking while you're pregnant, you are setting your child up for failure. Point blank, period. But you have the power to reverse that. You have the ability within yourself. And so I encourage you, Dad, to encourage the mom of your child. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? It's not worth an argument, but it is worth a discussion. Well, thank you for joining me once again. I am your host, Helen Artis-Armstrong. You can reach us at Kingdom Builders Outreach Ministry by way of our email, and that is kboministries@yahoo.com. Thank you all who have emailed us or commented on YouTube. We appreciate your feedback, and I'm excited about these next couple of weeks that we're going to talk about things that are plaguing our children's mental health. Because we want them to be on a journey to better mental health as well. We're not going to go on this journey by ourselves. We're going to take our kids with us. Okay? All right. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful week. And I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.